Hello everybody, this is emmavoid, back with another episode of my Hiveswap Let's Play. Hiveswap Act 2. Act 2, episode something something, I don't know. Oh, we already went through all this. Don't worry guys, I'm not gonna make you sit through me talking about troll romance again. I'll fast forward. Okay, so last we left off, that happened. We learned that Zephyros and Van could totally smooch. We got through the first couple cars, and we're headed up towards the front car. There's a word for that, isn't there? It's a engine. There we go. We're headed up to the engine of the train so we can try to get it switched over to the fast track to the party. Oh right, because not only did we get contacted by Credia, who was like, hey, come to the party, it'll be great. We also met, what was the name? Fiamet. There we go. Fiamet, who has this amazing username, and let us know that if we don't do something within 11 days, then both Earth and Alternus will be destroyed, which would suck. That'd be kind of crappy. So, we're making our way to the front. Making our way to the front, learning about troll romance. Huh. What are these? Would everyone just calm down? We are calm. The only one pitching a fit here is Lynera, as usual. I'm not pitching a fit. I'm trying to help Bronya keep everyone in order. Lynera, stop. Really? Because what it sounds like is you're kicking up a mob to get me culled. I should have known the second we were out of the cave you'd try to get me thrown off the train, you backstabbing little bitch. Wow, rude. No one will have to throw anyone off any trains if you just tell us where the book is. I don't have to say shit about shit. Okay, so somebody's book got stolen, is my guess? Dareya, please, just tell us what happened to the book. If you say that you're innocent, I promise to believe you. But you have to say something. I'm not dignifying anything that comes out of that brown-noser's pathetic ignorance gash. Lynera's ignorance of gashes is, as always, what caused this entire mess. What is that supposed to mean? Link, Dareya, don't gang up on her. Why the fuck not? She's trying to get you to gang up on me. I didn't even want to come on this stupid field trip. Yeah. This car does seem kind of high school-like. It's got the lockers, the benches, the way they're all dressed. Can't you see this is a set? Shh! Everyone! Look! Oh, don't mind us. Now look what you've done. That's it. I'm out. Don't talk to me unless you got something to say to my face this time. I wonder what that was all about. It's better not to worry about it. Cloistered jades are always like this. Cloistered? Are they nuns? Is that why they're wearing Catholic school uniforms? I don't know what the C word means, but yeah, they're supposed to become nuns when they grow up. Wait, do both our planets have nuns? Are nuns a universal constant? You'd be surprised by how many things seem to be universal constants in the Homestuck universe. Wow, we found something in common. Does that mean you also have caves full of children tending to trail pits and aiding in the mother grub breeding process? No. Oh, okay. I should probably let you know that there are teals in this car too, and teals are stereotyped as very law-abiding. So don't do anything illegal. Weird. Well, we'll just mind our own business and keep going. Okay, or we could talk to literally everyone, and also break into these lockers, and do all the illegal things. None of the lower blood cars had lockers. Typical. These lockers are in much nicer shape than all the lockers at your school. That boy is watching like you don't belong here. Not in a "you are obviously an alien" way, in a "it's impossible you could ever have done anything interesting to you could ever have anything interesting to say" way. I'm sorry, why are you talking to me? I just thought we'd say hi. Well, don't. Okay, bye then. Jerk. She looks way too cool for school. At least, too cool for your school. Typical. Rude. That sweater vest, though. Everyone knows it was you, Dorea. Just admit it and this can all be over. You nutritional excrement ass kisser. Branya, did you hear what she just called me? Please, everyone. Let's stay positive and try not to point fingers. Alright, I didn't try to open these, did I? Open them! Oh, locked. Need a key. Alright, fine. She's so little. You know trolls don't have parents, but it's hard to suppress the urge to take her hand and ask her if she needs help finding her mommy. Shh! I'm pretending to read while trying to eavesdrop. Are you the one who stole the book completely by accident? Alright, anywho. You like her hair. You once dyed yours purple a couple days before your dad came home, just to take him off. He didn't even notice. I'm very sorry that you had to witness that. It's fine. Do you want to talk about it? Absolutely not. Shades do not discuss internal politics with outsiders. Because... 1. It is our personal affair and we should not have rubbed everyone's proverbial noses in it. 2. I'm trying very hard to have a pleasant holiday with my best friends. 3. No offense, but it's none of your business. Okay. You wonder if that sword is real. Actually, what the heck are you thinking? Of course it's real. A lone, mysterious bladesman watches the two lowbloods pass. They can feel his piercing gaze sizing them up, assessing their weak spots with calculated ease. Is that guy narrating what he's doing? Let's just ignore him for now. Alright, who else we got here? That's a totally wild outfit, but she's really pulling it off. Those shoes! You wouldn't be able to walk a single step in those. Her eyes. I can't believe this. What? Can you believe this? Whatever you say. Darling, you weren't even listening to me. Okay. She keeps drinking from that little white mug. Probably coffee. Do they have coffee here? Unless you want to take my cruelest bar exam for me, leave me alone. Okay. He looks kind of intimidating, but his hair is very shiny. My. An afternoon out with a flock of Jadebloods is better than any episode of Sterilization Scrub Operatics. Really dedicated to their color scheme in here, that's for sure. Also locked. This is the second cleanest bathroom we've seen yet, which isn't saying much because we've only seen 3 of them so far, but like the great sage Meatloaf said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Okay, I gotta at least see what Zephyros has to say about it. That's the Jade/Teal Gaper. Okay. Trolls are weird. You don't need to go. You're not even sure you're allowed to use this one. You should have used Marsty's when you had the chance. Dork. Alright. Well, is no one blocking our way? Door to the next car? We can just go? No, of course not. Hey, wait, were you there a moment ago? Did someone lose a book? Oh, when I tried to wash my hands, this popped out of the moisture evaporation unit. It looks, very private? Give that to me! Eat! This is it! It's the book! In which seductive anti-hero Batfin Luna becomes endowed with the forbidden curse of the Rainbow Drinker, featuring 1 long bright journey into the desert, 6 elaborate hurt/comfort scenes, forbidden ideas about eternal youth, 10 characters with beautiful hair, 1 death scene, 500 knowing glances, 2 sexy punch bowls filled with blood, 1 spicy meatball, Vor, absolutely no clowns, literally so many corpses it might be offensive, the ever-present threat of reaching adulthood and sending the space nundum, eggs, and 3 long makeout paragraphs and 2 love triangles in dangerously vacillating quadrants. Yeah, troll naming schemes for entertainment media is, like that. Otherwise known as Fresh Teeth, Book 5 of the Rainbow Emotion Saga. Amazing. Reading Fresh Teeth in the Load Gaper Dorea? Really? That's perverse, even for you. Would you stuff fresh teeth up your nook already? This fighting isn't getting us anywhere. I'll say, perhaps you could use some outside arbitration to resolve this conflict in an orderly, lawful, and objective fashion. No offense, Stells, but I'd rather stick a nutritional prong directly into my eye socket than get involved in this. Darling, just think of it as a trial run for your cruelest bar exam. Never hurts to get more practice. The fact that I don't fall for such cut-rate manipulation is why I'm pretty confident I'm gonna pass just fine without. You are determined at all times to be impossible. Please, miss, I would like to try to keep this issue internal if you don't mind. Try harder, why are you all fussing over some book anyway? It's not just any book. The Rainbow Emotion Saga is a profane set of religious texts that our cloister has been charged with protecting. What? The fact that it left our cavern in the first place is a first-rate violation of Imperial law. A violation of which law, dear? Please elaborate. Oh no. Nice job, Boot Breath. Oh, could I maybe just get another look at it before... Why, so you can defile it more? Too bad. The thief already tore out all the naughty pages. Linera, we're gonna be in so much trouble. Not if Linera shuts her crusty trap, we won't. No! I'm sick of this. As Jades, we have a duty to preserve the culture of Alternia and pass it on to the next generation. Bronya understands the importance of this sacred calling, but the rest of you undermine her at every step. Bronya is... she's so kind and understanding. It would kill her to know the true depths of how much the lot of you despise our work. Linera, I can speak for myself. I know Bronya. But just this once, let me speak for you. If one must wear the crown, then they need someone who can wield the whip. And I'm the whip. Okay. Is everyone else hearing this? Be quiet, Link. I won't be bullied by you anymore. This stops now. Whoever defiled this divine artifact, step forward right now. Or this is going to get be very bad. That's a promise. Oh jeez. Marvis, no. Give me a freaking heart attack, why don't you? Yo, what's up, buddies? Hey, no need to stop on my account, Diggy Dogs. Oh god, this is not going to turn out well. What's all of this noise I'm hearing about important religious what's-it? Oh shit. Well... You really never know when to shut up. It's nothing, sir. Just Jades being Jades. How may I help you this evening? Lol, help me? You think I need help? Oh no, not at all, sir. Just trying to extend a helping hand, as it were. Didn't mean to cause offense. Nah, cool, bud. I was just out for a stroll. It's easy to get bored on such a long trip, right? But it sounds like you buddies be gearing up for a real rollicker of a trial here. Don't go and tell me you guys are just boring like the other cars. Of course we are, sir. I mean, of course we aren't. We are. Not boring, that is. Oh? Use your words, Stells. What I meant to say is we're currently in progress of setting up a tribunal on the spot to deal with this incident of thievery that's come to our notice. But we were at a loss without a highblood of your caliber to judge the pizzazz of the upcoming trial. Oh dear. Excuse me? Dear darling Tizius, why don't you tell him all about it? Maybe now we leave? No, we don't leave. Hey, where you going, Rusty? Come on back, we got some stuff to hash out, bud. Oh good. Oh wonderful. This is not gonna end well. For somebody at least. Sup, yo? Nice to see your toothy mug again. It's nice to see yours again too. But I don't think we have time to stop and chat. Can we sneak by? No can do, bud. You see, Tizius has been chatting me up about heinous courtroom biz. Hey Tiz, tell him about it, lol. Shit's fucking wild. The long and short of it is that I want to begin a trial. Who stole the book, courtroom drama. But instead of handling it in the traditional attorneyan way, we test out my theory of defensive legislation, where the accused has their own legislator, a defense legislator, whereas honorable tyranny is no mindless monster, but a judge, and where the accused is innocent until proven guilty. Huh, that's weird. What a strange system. Holy shit. Zizi, no, sweetheart, you can't say these sort of things in front of these sorts of people. It's heretical and illegal. Yeah, let me know. Shit's crazy. Shit's crazy indeed. That's why we need you, yo. See, the Jades accused Araya of stealing the book Fresh Teeth and then stashing it in the load gaper. So, we need a neutral third party to defend Araya, and you're the optimal choice. What? You want me to be a lawyer? I didn't go to law school. Heck, I've barely been to high school. Nah, bud, you don't need any fancy schooling. You're more than equipped just the way you are. Really? Wow. Well, Zizi, I guess if even the most qualified among us isn't culling you on sight for your absurd ideas.
Oh, Marvis.
then I suppose this is a thing that is happening. So if the little low-blood darling right here is the defense, and Marvis is the honorable tyranny, then who in the world would be the so-called prosecution? You, of course, since you're so eager to please. Oh, well, wait, I haven't agreed to this. Yo, if you do this for me, I'll make sure you get through the rest of the train. Unmolested. God, Marvis, why? I can't argue with that, I guess. Maybe I'll really like being a defense lawyer. That's the spirit. Come to me if you've got any questions about what to do. Okay. So, suddenly, we're playing Ace Attorney. So, hi. Tell us about your strange new law system. We are but simple Earth people. What's up? So, defensive legislation? Could you tell me more about defensive legislation? I don't know much about it. Seriously? You've never watched, like, Law and Order, Subjugulator, Slop Ejaculatory? you. Well, maybe if not from that particular spin-off. Yikes, alright. Well, first off, I think you're under the impression that the legislator only manages the court block. But that isn't the case. They also have to find evidence, sniff out clues, and seek out the guilty party. Like a detective. Sure, IDK. It is only then that the legislator drags the suspect before his honorable tyranny and engages in a veritable battle of ancient law that can last for days. Until his honorable tyranny gets bored and fours the loser. That sounds awful. No offense to your vocation or anything. None taken. Unlike the defensive legislation process I'm proposing, where the trial is all about having a dialectic and finding the truth, a traditional legislator determines the guilt right off the bat, and commits to their initial impressions from the get-go, no matter what truths emerge in court. Guilt might as well be judged by the flip of a coin, if luck even mattered at all in these things. You don't sound too happy about that for its heel. Well... let's just say I've got a lot of qualms with the process. Huh. Okay. So, what do we do? Despite the hip new defensive process, you'll basically be following the steps of a leagues of legislator legends that came before you. First, you must take statements from all involved parties. Second, you must gather evidence and determine your timeline. Third, you must decide your plan of attack so you can defend Araya, and crush your opponent with no hesitation. Isn't our opponent your mate spirit? Yep. That's what makes it all the more invigorating. Anyway, after you've scuttled around and interviewed everyone and dug up all the evidence you can find, come back to me and I'll get his tyranny to start up the trial. Okay. Cool. So, step 1. Let's see what we can get out of our opponent. I can't believe Tisius is making me do this! She's always getting into things with her crazy theories and her political thoughts. She isn't really making you do this, though, is she? She told you to stay out of it, actually. Yes, of course she told me to stay out of it. She always tells me to stay out of it, sweetie. But I can't resist organizing the pathetic lives of trolls. It's so gosh darn addicting. The world is filled with inefficient management and regulatory malpractices and useless aesthetic bullet journals with garish color combinations, and someone must do something about it. And who better to whip everyone into efficient machines of bureaucracy than Stelsa Seziat, auditor in training. Here's my card, darling. Ring if you need my services. Wow, thanks. I don't think we'll ever need an auditor. Hand that card right back then. I hate to waste neon pink cardstock. It takes me hours to bedazzle them. Oh my god. Neon pink bedazzled business card. Aw. So, you're not even a lawyer? A what? I mean, you're not even a legislator? How are you going to prosecute effectively? I may not be interested in judicial law, but I'm certainly more equipped than the so-called defense to handle this case. Besides, I can't resist a large clown man with the expensive blowout he might decide to redecorate if I decline this opportunity. By redecorate, I mean he'll repaint the car with a fresh coat of teal. Okay, well, I don't know. I still don't think anyone's forcing you to do this. Pish posh. It's much too late. Now I'm in it to win it, and I will crush the opposition under my impeccable Troll Louis Vuitton patent stiletto teal's fall season. I just wish I didn't have to play along with my dear Zizi's silly political fantasies. Her political fantasies? What do you mean by that? Oh, you know, same old, same old. My ZZ is a results-driven go-getter who thinks outside the box. It's an enviable skill set in certain legislative resource pools. She may give leadership a shake-up, but it's always for the betterment of the Empire, of course. Why wouldn't it be? I mean, her hard work is all for the sake of streamlining the process, but the way she tries to eliminate pain points tends to push the envelope. Got anything else for us? Can I ask you another question? Hop to it, miss. We don't have all night. About you and Tizius. Hey, so what's the deal with, you know, you and Tizius? Sweetheart, you need to treat me to a luncheon involving a glass of fermented purple sphere liquid and a nice grub cheese plate before tossing these implications around willy-nilly. I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. I guess it was a stupid question anyway. Despite any hot goss you may have heard on the down low, I assure you that Tizius and I have nothing but the reddest feelings for one another. In fact, there isn't a hint of gray or black in the mix whatsoever. Huh? I admit we certainly have our professional differences. She just drives me up the wall sometimes. She never schedules anything, she won't let me give her a makeover, and she definitely doesn't appreciate the benefits of a good networking event. But trust me, dear, I deeply enjoy her company. She really keeps me sane. I'm amazed by all the knowledge she's got locked away in her think pan, and how she efficiently and pseudo-metaphorically slaughters her opponents at practice trials. And ooh, she's so gorgeous! Those deep-set eye bags are like a natural eyeliner-highlighter combo. And in the end, that's why I love her. Wow. You two sure seem like great gal pals. Bye. Gal pals. Really, Joey? Really? Okay. Anywho, this suspicious-looking individual is the one who found the book. Hey, I know what it looks like, but I got nothing to do with this. If I had been the one to steal part of the infamous Rainbow Emotion saga, I promise I never would have returned it. Actually, could we strike that from the record? How do you know so much about the book? I have an interest in, salacious historical artifacts. I never thought I'd run into one here of all places. Usually even professional perspective editors would only... I'm guessing it might mean prospective. I don't know. Prospective editors could only hope to touch a book like that one on the ugly end of a low-blood rebellion. Perspective editor? Yes! It's a branch of historical methodology, where you help the government decide which historical documents are advantageous to the Empress and which should be locked up or purged. Most people think it's boring work, because you spend a lot of time reading old ledgers and requisition records, but you shouldn't believe the things you learn about the past from that stuff. Of course, there's the added benefit of being— this is a little difficult to read— being the only one who gets to see them at all. Wait. Are you saying that you study these historical documents and then you just lie about what's in them? Yeah? Why else study history if not to control it? If you put history into the hands of the people, you'd end up with total anarchy. Just look at what's happened here. Right. Well then. Let's check out the supposed scene of the crime. Can we? No, apparently not. Open! No, okay. Still locked. Alright, how about you? Hello again. Nice evening, isn't it? Why are you in such a good mood when everyone else is freaking out? An innocent troll with nothing to hide sleeps the sleep of the just. I've got a cup of tea, an absolutely devastating haircut, and a front row seat for what promises to be some especially juicy justice, free of charge. The only thing missing is snap kernels. You wouldn't happen to have any snap kernels, would you? No. Pity. Anyway, the name's Tagora Gorgic, but you can call me Gorgor. So, can you prove you weren't involved in this crime? Cynicism and distrust, both of which I can respect. Of course I can prove it. I can prove anything, however far-fetched. You'll need to pay my hourly billing rate, of course. Just sign here. You want to charge me to prove you're innocent? It's hard work being innocent. You want me to do it for free? How do you expect me to make any money? Well, okay, but if you can't prove you're innocent, your name may come up at the trial. And, you know, people get convicted for stuff they didn't do all the time. Don't you watch crime shows and stuff? Do you guys have those? We have public callings every so often, if that's what you mean. Maybe you're right. Okay, I'll prove my innocence for you free of charge. I hope you're aware that I wouldn't extend this special offer to just anyone. I couldn't have done it. I was in the Load Gaper. Oh, but wait, the book was found in the Load Gaper. Indeed, but I promise you that the full hour I spent in there was devoted to nothing but the diligent evacuation of my internals. Ew. But how do we know you're telling the truth? That's an awfully long time to be using the bathroom, isn't it? What's it any business of yours how long I take in the Gaper? To be honest, we members of the legislator profession are prone to load blockages and slow disgorgements. Ugh, too much information. No kidding. The Load Gaper security video will show beyond a reasonable doubt that I was closeted with my bowels, and so nowhere near the scene of the outrage at the time it took place. Aha! There's a camera. There's a camera. I don't see a tape in there. What's a tape? Oh right, your planet probably hasn't used tapes for hundreds of years. It's how we record videos. They're like a little black box with 2 spools of magnetic tape in them, and as it turns, it plays the video. Whoa, that's amazing. We just use grubs. Grubs? Like insect grubs? Yeah, they're linked psychically to a CPU or something like that. And this is just like a naturally occurring thing on your planet. Well, in the old days we used to farm them, but natural-born memory grubs can only store a terabyte of information maximum. Now they're cloned and grown in giant vats on some Imperial ship out in the Galactic Border. So they're just slave bugs. When you put it that way, it sounds really sad. Your planet has a lot of sad things, Zephyros. I know, but that's why the Tetrarch is going to change everything. If you say so. Yeah, it looks like we're going to need something sharp and thin to pry the grub out. Right. Let's go see what we can find. I have an idea of where we can find something like that. But first off, we've got one more teal blood to talk to. I am above the petty drama of hysterical anchorites. I only care about facts and reason. Uh-huh. Okay. Anywho. Oh, hi! I guess you want to talk about about Fresh Teeth, Book 5 of the Rainbow Emotions Saga. Yeah, so you're the one who had it first? Wow, I didn't bring it onto the train, if that's what you're asking. I just found it. I'd never seen it before. I only knew the series by reputation. Is it very well known? Not exactly, but I know some of the others have definitely read it. It's about a jade blood who was thrown out of the caverns for impure dalliances with her fellow jades. Oh well. Then she becomes a rainbow drinker and has even more impure dalliances. A rainbow drinker? Oh, I guess you trolls who live on the surface have different myths, so... Legends have it that there are jades who have cheated death by becoming rainbow drinkers. They say that the rainbow drinkers can live forever, and their eternal youth means they never have to leave Alternia. But they must drink the blood of other trolls to survive. Oh well. Oh, like a vampire. Sure, if that's what you call it, ooh. But it's all just stories, of course. Rainbow drinkers aren't real. So the book is just about vampires? Well, there are rainbow drinkers in it, but I wouldn't say it's about them. It's more centered around the main character doing pretty much all the sacrileges it's possible to do, of which becoming a rainbow drinker is one. Like, there's this one iconic scene where she gets her... Launchy, that story sounds really exciting, but obviously you don't have the books, so we're gonna go talk to some other people. Gets her what in what? Well, anywho, I need the thing. There's also this part where... Yeah, that sounds great, let's go, Joey. But I need the thing. Do I already have any stabby things? No. Shoot. Alright, we gotta talk to everybody. Hey you. Hey Bronya, do you have the key to the lockers? We kinda need to get inside if we're going to do a thorough investigation. If I were a less diplomatic person, with anything more than inoffensively neutral opinions, I might say that this is all fucking ridiculous. But here. Yay! We got the key. Also, let's talk some more. Bronya, could we talk to you about what happened? Not if you expect me to betray my awards for the entertainment of a high-blood rapper. No, we want to help. We're gonna help you all build up an unimpeachable defense. I really don't understand what you or that teal blood really think any of this is going to accomplish. Because, 1, nobody cares about the truth. 2, everyone knows nobody cares about the truth and will therefore never actually tell the truth. 3, I don't know you. We get that, we really do. I know you have no reason to trust us or Marvis. But we're all in this together now, right? Shouldn't we at least, I don't know, try? Yeah, I guess we should. So, we can ask you stuff? Go ahead. You're in charge here, right? Well, I'm certainly not in charge of the Teals or that Eyeblood, but I am the highest ranking Jade of my cloister, yes. Even though Link likes to pretend he doesn't have to listen to me. So yes, go ahead and ask anything you like. So about Dorea. Why were you so ready to convict Dorea earlier? Everybody seemed really convinced it was her, or at least they seemed like they didn't care if she got falsely accused. It's political. There really isn't any point in trying to explain it to outsiders, so I'm not going to bother. But if you're asking me if I have any material proof that she did it, then no, I don't. More questions. Talk to me. Go ahead and ask anything you like. What are you doing out here? I thought the cloistered Jades weren't allowed to leave the caverns. We aren't. The drones would strike us down if we were to abandon our duties to the Mother Grub. Except for one single event per sweep. Jivik Week? Yes, obviously. I'm sorry if this sounds ignorant, but why are you allowed out during Jivik Week? Don't you have a really important job to do? We do. And I suppose it's in contravention of hundreds of sweeps of tradition for us to leave before our deals. But it's the heiress's will, I guess. The heiress? Yes, maybe 3 or 4 sweeps ago, the heiress demanded that even we be allowed to attend. The drones stand down, and we are allowed to emerge from the caverns. Isn't that potentially a big problem? Do, some of you not run away from your duties? Sorry. None of my Jades are so cowardly. This is merely a field trip. Hey guys, wanna be rebels? Alright, one last question. About the book. So, what exactly happened with the book Fresh Teeth? It's a whole mess. But the first problem is... 1. The book should not have been on the train in the first place. It's part of a banned series we keep in the cloister library for safety. 2. What you witnessed was only the back half of the drama. This has actually been going on all evening. The timeline is actually kind of complicated, so bear with me. When Ashi found the book about 20 minutes after the train left the station, I confiscated it and immediately put it in my locker. About 40 minutes after that, I realized someone had broken the lock and stolen the book. 20 minutes after that, we found the book again, but it had been defaced. A bunch of pages were ripped out. 3. I have absolutely no idea how whoever did this got the chance. The lockers are right there, and it's not like we've had much to distract us. So, you have the book now. Yes, it's safe. Can we see it? Absolutely not. No one touches a single page of the Rainbow Emotion Saga until we get back to the caverns. Worth a shot. Alright, we got the key! Oh, what's in here? Suitcase belongs to one of the J's. Don't know which one. No name on the tag, just a weird pattern. What's in here? Bronya's stuff. Let's not burglar her a second time. Wait, what's that? Oh my goodness, she has the missing pages with all the naughty scenes in them? She must have ripped them out to protect her cloister. Joey, wait, you aren't reading them, are you? Shh! These aren't even that dirty. That's funny. What else we got? This bag looks like something those edgy Riot Girl bands bring on tour. It's a little intimidating. This must be Dorea's. Is something wrong, Joey? She's just really cool. Oh, there's a bunch of nail files in here. Ouch, they're super sharp. Yeah, some of them are sharp for extra long claws. I don't think Dorea would mind if I took one. Aha! Let's see. Impeccable condition. Initials LB stitched in emerald beside an intricate design. Locked. When you try to pull it open, Zephyros steps on something. Oh no. What's wrong? Nothing. Did you step on that thing? Yeah. Joey, what do we do? These kits are really expensive and time-consuming to make. This is a disaster. There's no way we can fix it without the proper tools. It's okay, Zephyros. Accidents happen. And it was pretty irresponsible of the owner to leave something so fragile on the floor like that. I'm sure they'll understand. Understand? Rusty's like me have been cold for less. Wait. Take another look. Here's the crack from where you stepped on it, but there's another one running in the opposite direction. It was already broken when you stepped on it. That's why it was on the floor. Someone else must have broken it and tried to ditch the evidence. They knew someone else would accidentally step on it and take the heat for their crime. Wow, Joey. You sound just like a Legislacerator already. Do I? Yeah. I think I got a little carried away at the end there, actually. There's no way to prove all that stuff I said at the end. But I definitely don't think you're the one who broke it, Zephyros, so don't worry. Whew. Anyway, let's hold on to this. It might turn out to be important. Dang, we're getting all kinds of new items. Alright, so... what else we got? Looks expensive, pretty banged up, like whoever owns it hasn't treated it very well. This bag is filled with participation trophies. Only Lanera would be proud of winning Tidier of the Month this many times in a row. Wow, she'd make a great lowblood. Wait, is this a boy band magazine? Oh yeah, an H2D fan mag. They're huge right now. I can't get into their music though. And Linera has a ton of nail polish in here too. Wow, maybe she's more girly than I thought. Alright. Oh! No, I love it! Oh gosh, it's too cute. What a cute kitten backpack. Must be Wanshi's. This is just filled with soldier per beast books. Are they any good? It's got a lot of fans, but I could never get into them. Maybe I can read one after we get on the express track. Alright, I didn't actually finish trying to open that. Oh, okay. Alright, I think we're done here. Let's see. So, most importantly, we got a grub! Wait, is this just footage of people using the bathroom? Creepy. Yeah, but nobody looks at grubs like this usually, except for a security drone. Like, the same robot things that blew up your hive? Yeah, there's lots of different kinds. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get used to this place. Yeah, no kidding. How do we look at it? I don't know. Can we open these? No. Locked. Alright, so before we start showing evidence around, let's make sure we've talked to everybody. Oh wait, we already talked to Wanshi. Go away, I'm not a suspect. Do we have to talk to her? She looks like she might knife us. Will you give a statement? Yes, I mind. I find it offensive that you think I have something to hide. Dorea is the culprit, plain and simple. But Dorea has no reason to steal anything, especially not something like a vampire book. Can you really imagine those kinds of fancy pants, curly-haired Gary Oldman guys appealing to totally radical punk teens? Come on. And I don't think she's the type to stir up a scene for yucks, so what would she have to gain? She would gain tingly feelings in areas we'd best not talk about. Dorea is a nasty, pervert Wow! Linera, that's... jeez. And that's all I have to say on the matter. Alright, what else can we get out of you? Haven't you had enough already? About the other Jades. We want to know a little bit more about your friends, I guess. Can you even call them that? We're cloister mates. I can assure you that there's no stronger connection in this world between Jades and a cloister. Even though Wanshi is an irresponsible mess who reads too much deplorable literature, and Rhea is a nasty thief who never respects the rules, and Link is a disgusting party boy slut who participates in degenerate activities. Wow! All these frictions are just trials to test our faith and commitment to our duty. I am so grateful to my cloister mates for providing me endless opportunities to prove my strength and loyalty. We have an unbreakable bond of blood and tradition that binds us more closely than any quadrant. Wow, it sounds like you guys love each other a lot. Well, alright then. Alright, one last question. Why are you so passionate about this? You're making a big stink over it, and I don't understand why. What do you mean? Justice must be called down upon Dorea. But Dorea is your cloister mate. Do you not care about her? What matters most is what's best for the whole cloister. How is going through this trial going to help your cloister? Look, I'm only doing this to help Bronya. She is the shining star that lights our way in these dark caverns. It's about time there were some consequences for how they treat her. Alright, so, Party Boy is next up. Can we ask you some questions for the trial? Make it quick. What do you think about this whole situation? that Branya is naive if she thinks this is what it looks like on the surface, and that Lanera could stand to get paled. What is that supposed to mean? My suggestion would be that you talk to everyone here before making any snap judgments. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what we're working on. About the other Jades. What is your take on the other Jades? My take? Yeah, you know, what do you feel about the rest of your, traveling companions? Very little. Wow, you're helpful. Quite. So, do you believe Dorea did it? You know, I just can't quite bring myself to care. This is going nowhere. Glad to be of help. Alright, and our defendants. Dorea, could we ask you a few questions? Yeah, whatever. Did you do it? Sephiroth, you can't just ask that. Oh. Why not? Because she's our client. It's our job to believe that she's innocent. We can't ask her anything that would incriminate her. Why? You're considered innocent until somebody proves you guilty. Sounds fake, but whatever. I didn't do it, but Lanera thinks I want to fill pails with Branya, so she's not going to change her story. And that teal blood of an industrial metallic cylinder up her nook. Wow. Is gonna believe whatever she thinks will make the clown happy. Could we ask you some more questions? Fine. So, all the other Greenbloods, you're all family? What? I mean, you live together. Oh, yeah. We all got chosen for Cloister when we were barely older than Wrigglers. We're the fucking special ones who get to take care of the mother grub and all its business cavern to grave. Not all Jades get chosen, but apparently we're the purest of the pure. Wow. Lol, right? One look at Link and any theory anybody has for the Cloister falls apart. That guy hatched, crawled right back into a bucket, and never came out. Oh, jeez. Anyway, anyone who lives in the cavern's a steaming pile of garbage. Can you not leave? Who the fuck are you, kid? I'm just very stupid. Whatever. Yeah, we can't leave. Do you know what cloistered means? It means these assholes are the only trolls I'm going to see before I leave the planet. It's not like we could just sneak out. We'd be killed by drones. Literally, the only fucking time we're allowed to leave this shithole is Chivik Week, and even that's new. You'd be better too. Yeah, understandably so. We got one more question. No, two more questions. About Lanera. So, about Lanera. What about her? She sucks. Not really anything else I can say. She wants to get me cold. She's absolutely convinced herself that I'm trying to fuck Branya. Are you? Are you? Ugh, no. You think I'm trying to get with any of these losers I see literally every day? I've been down that road before. I'm over it. Alright. So, about that book that everyone's so worried about, Fresh Teeth? Ugh, it's so fucking stupid. Fresh Teeth isn't even that dirty. I see way worse shit on the internet. It's like embarrassingly bad. Wait, how do you know that? Yeah, isn't it forbidden? Please. It's usually just sitting there in the cloister library. I'm definitely not the only one who's looked through it. Which is why this whole situation is stupid. Alright. So we've chatted, well, almost everyone up. Hey Marvis. Sup, Joe? Are you hype about this or what, lol? Actually, I'm pretty nervous. I'm totally new to all this Legislastrator stuff. LMAO, don't freak out, buddy. I just see if you do something wrong, because everybody participating in the trial will be encouraged to commit less naughty acts just by witnessing the utilitarianism of the means of punishment. No matter the outcome, it's a moral victory, Buddy Holla. Buddy Holla skirt skirt brat. Wow, no wonder they picked you to be the judge. I hope I'll be able to convince you of whatever my case ends up being. I'm sure you'll put on a hell of a show. Right. So, first most interesting thing we've got... Ah, no, we want to keep these to ourselves. Is there any way we could get into these other lockers is my question. Hand that oozy sticky information repository while over. Stop wriggling, you. Alright, plugging it in. Oh, you can play the thing. Let's go straight to the time period during which the outrage was committed. Otherwise, we'll have to watch a succession of unpalatable episodes, with maybe some unpalatable sounds as well. If you'll just sign here to waive your rights. Ah, here we are. While I admittedly was in the load gate around the time your culprit must have stashed this dastardly book, my preoccupations were of a purely fecal matter. Gross. Alright, we begin with timestamp 1449. Voila! 48 minutes of what you might call Lotus Putridus Eruptissimus. Oh. Okay, I think that's enough. I believe you. Me too. No. You both kept failing grades in evidence class with those attitudes. Don't you need to be thorough and verify I'm innocent of crime? Thanks, but... Yeah, you seem like a pretty honest guy. I want into the thing. And we talked to Stelsa. Bet she's having a meltdown. And you're laughing about it? Pfft, don't worry about her. Stelsa's got her top buttons done up so tight she's gonna choke. She needs to have her feathers mussed once in a while. Keeps our relationship... interesting. Oh, that's with a judgy look. Yeah. Do you have the key? Boot up, dearie. We're about to have the Battle of the Millennium. Nobody has the key. Ah, the two plebeian ignoramuses have finally come to interrogate my vast intellect. Who are you again? Me? My blade has slain countless enemies. My name is whispered in fear amongst those who live in the shadows. That's great. Wow, look at the time. We've really got to go. Bye. Wait. Aren't you investigating that mysteriously stolen body light novel? I know about all sorts of illicit works. From banned texts to cartoons censored by the East Alternian Black Bar Society. Wow. My dark knowledge knows no limits. Oh, jeez. In fact, a virile alpha male who fears no authority, such as myself, might even take an interest in collecting banned texts. Don't you want to ask me about banned texts? Please ask me about banned texts. I don't think I wanna. At least ask me about the daring theft. The break-in, the excitement, the bold hiding place. I know all sorts of forbidden secrets. I don't want to talk to him anymore. That was so suspicious. I'm behind you 100%. Can we ask you some questions? Of course you may, milady. Ugh. Alright. What exactly do you know about the banned texts? Just, you know, stuff. But what kind of stuff? A lowblood could never understand. Okay, jerk. Ugh, I don't want to talk to him anymore. Why didn't you say anything before? How come you didn't speak up earlier? It was a danger to my extremely important person. A high-blood such as myself must behave as a hunter in all arenas of life. For me to reveal such an intimate secret before it was advantageous to do so, 'tis a folly only a prey animal would make. If you say so. Alright. No, thank you. Ooh. What about you? No. who would be interested in the magazine? Oh, why would you think I wanted to look at that? He sneers. Guess he doesn't like pop music. Alright. I think we're ready to start the trial. Excuse me, what the fuck? No, we are not starting the goddamn trial. You haven't done shit. Go gather more statements, more evidence, anything. Please, I'm begging you. Jeez, okay. I thought we got everything. This might take a while, everybody. I'll just skip forward until I figure something out. Bronya. Yes. You keep saying that you don't have any opinions on this, but it kinda really seems like you do. Okay, truth be told, something like this has happened before in my cloister. Really? When I was much younger, there was another Jade I knew. She was a lot like Dorea. Even the best of us waver in our faith at times, but she truly hated her calling. She wanted nothing to do with tending to the Mother Grub. And it was all because of that stupid book. She was obsessed with the Rainbow Emotions saga. It put a seed of blasphemous thoughts into her mind and consumed her. She would have done anything to change her life. She was even convinced she would become a rainbow drinker herself. But the drones took notice of her agitations eventually, and when they finally came for her, she threw herself violently against them, confident in her belief that nothing would stop her. But of course, it's just fiction. It's nonsense. She didn't rise again to walk the sparkling sun-drenched fields. She simply died. Wow. I'd never seen anyone die before. Not up close. Bronya, I'm so sorry. Yeah, yeah. It's fine. As you can see, I've gotten over it. But that's why I'm so hard on Dorea. If I can scare the rebellion out of her now, maybe she'll survive to her ordeals. Bronya. That's really all I have to say. Huh. Okay, so I think I need to, like, double check with everybody now that we've found, I think, all the evidence. There's my tragic backstory. I hope it's enriched your life. The soldier purbeasts always say that with faith in the system, all trials result in a just execution. Ooh. Okay. I'm so glad that Dorea will finally face justice and stop interfering in Bronya's life. Uh-huh. What? So, we're looking through the lockers and found this. What is this? Oh, another wretched hatched-to-dance rag. Good grief. How many of these conversations do I need to have? Yes, I'm the first male Jade you've ever met, just like Actius from the Dancing Boys band. Let's just get the interrogation fucking over with. Oh, I wondered if you were a myth. Are you special? Are there more of you in the cloister? How many of you are there? Do you all know each other? Can boys really take care of grubs? Can you get me Actius's autograph? Or should I just cut to the chase and give you my detailed paling diary for your sick fantasies? What? What are you talking about? I wanted to know if you had any idea if this magazine was relevant to the case. Awkward. Ooh. This is awkward. Thanks, Joey. If you're answering questions about it, I am curious. Zephyros! Oh, fuck off. Welp. How about now? Not that it matters to me, but I would take another look around if I were you. What do you want now? Damn, girl, you're killing it. Aw, thanks. The blade of justice is currently sheathed. Okay, dude. Welcome back. I returned to see more of my Raptus Immensus episode. No, thanks. I'm satisfied. Then perhaps you'd be interested in some other information at reasonable rates. Just sign here. Not unless you can tell us who stole the book. Well, of course I can. What? How? Why didn't you tell us you knew that all along? 1, you didn't ask me, and more importantly, 2, you didn't pay me. Well, tell us, please? And that's number 1. Congratulations, you're 50% of the way to learning this important information. Oh, well, how much are you asking for? Since we're basically best friends by now, I'll offer you this low price. 1,000,000 credits. 1,000,000, is that a million? 1,000,000,000. I'm bad at numbers. A lot. Oh my god, that's so much money! Wait, Zephyros, is that a lot of money? Yeah. Actually, Alternia is an automated planet and the Empire's economy is centrally planned, so money is mostly just for fun and doesn't matter. Unless you're an adult and want to buy yourself out of a job on one of the bad colonies. But I'll never see that much money even if I live to be 30 sleeps old. If you have to take a moment to access your untaxed off-planet accounts, that's fine. I understand that the lag in interstellar communications can be a real pain. I'm sorry, Gorgor, but we can't pay your fee. How unfortunate. Can we convince you to help us out of respect for justice, and the knowledge that you'd be doing a good deed for an innocent person? Absolutely not. However, if you have something other than money, that might make it worth my while. Like what? Have you perhaps anything that might draw eyes on the black market? Wait, what's that? What, this? My magic spice mix? Its scent is positively alluring. What exotic bounty lay inside, I wonder? Give me a magical little tube of spice, and I give you a magical little tube of info. Okay. Okay, deal. I'm not sure what weird alien food I would have put it on anyway. Wonderful. A pleasure doing business with you. Now, what about that info? Alright, here you are. What is this? Tagiri's internet history. Wait, you just had a printout of that already ready to go? How? When? That's not important. What's important is Tagiri has spent a not insubstantial amount of time on websites of questionable moral character. And far be it from me to criticize anyone's tastes, but several of these websites pertain to the precise contents of the Forbidden Jade book, causing us all so much stress. Wait, you know what Fresh Teeth is about? Of course I do. It's only against Jade law to read it, but I'm not the teal on trial here. Tagiri frequents Rainbow Drinker sites on the regular. Is that a website? I can't even read it, it's got so many X's in it. Thanks for this, Gorgor. Yeah, thanks, Gorgor. Anytime you want to trade culinary oddities for compelling evidence, do keep me in mind. Right. Okay, so that might be all the info we need. Hey, you want this? Those look interesting. What are they made of? You want this? Get that out of my face. He knows what he did. Okay, so I think maybe that might be everything. Let's talk to you one more time. Still plenty of information to go around. Have you anything else to tickle my fancy? What about this useful piece of string? No. This key to the attic of my house? What's an attic? What's a house? What's a key? Here's some fluffy stuff from the bottom of my pocket? Tempting, but I don't think so. Well, if you see anything in all my stuff here that you want, then... let me see. Nah, I don't think you have anything else I want. Come on. I'm afraid that I am exceeding the agreed-upon hourly schedule of my retainer. If you would like to continue this interaction, I will have no choice but to up my fee to the customary time and time-and-a-half overtime rate. Sign here to acknowledge your consent to these higher rates. Yeah, how about no? Eastern Alternian animation was a mistake. Yeah, well. Okay, now are we ready for the trial? Finish your discovery, Grubbo. what do you think so far? Let's talk through it. You discovered the book Fresh Teeth was smuggled onto the train. Once she found it initially, Bronya locked it away, and then somebody broke into her locker and stole it. They tore some stuff out and hid it in the load gaper. You have a security grub that places certain trolls in certain places at certain times. You also have a bunch of extraneous bullshit items that may or may not come into play, maybe. You're trying to figure out who stole the book from the locker and defaced it. There's so much going on. Can you at least give us a hint? I guess I can say this. There's more going on with this case than it seems. The thief might not be the real wrongdoer here. Everybody's got something to hide. Rip the secrets from their blood pushes like the fiercest of legislators. Like her. Alright, what else is this? About the book. So, we think that the book was technically stolen twice. It was taken from Bronya's locker, obviously, but someone had to steal it out of their library in the first place in order for it to get out on the train. We might be dealing with two different thieves here. While the initial theft is a chilling mystery I'm sure would enrapture the court, there's not much to be done about it. You need evidence, a suspect, a timeline. You need to put on a show. You can't do shit about it with what you got now. Focus on who stole the book from the locker, okay? Okay, well I think maybe we're ready? Maybe? I hope? You sure you want to start it up right now? There might still be something you missed. But it's up to you. I might have a point. I'll go through everything again. Okay. I can't manage to find anything else, so let's give it a shot. Oh, but maybe I'll save first. Okay, now we start. Yep, I'm sure. Okay, let's get everyone in the ready position. Hold on a sec. Ayo, welcome to the trial of Little Doreo What's-Her-Fucket. The prosecution is prepped and ready, Your Honorable Tyranny. The prosecution will now show the court that Dorea Johnjet stole the filthy rainbow drinker contraband from the Jade Lockers, defiled it, and acted like a degenerate criminal just in general. The prosecution will now call to the stand their first witness. Whoa, slow the F down, Speedy McGee. You haven't given these itty-bitty low-bloods an opportunity to get a word in. Oh, of course, Your Honor. How rude of me. Hey, yo, who you calling up as your first witness? Me? Joey's adorable. Look at her. Yes, are you deaf? Quick, you're holding up the court. This'll set the whole tone of the trial. It's a big decision. Tizius, what do you think? This is your show. My role is merely, advisory. Okay, how about... You can call the judge? Huh, that's weird. Anywho. Alright, we're gonna go with Bronya. Bronya! Seems obvious, but no. Didn't you just say this was my decision? Sure, but I'm allowed to stop you from making a bad decision, right? Darling, stop backseat lawyering and let the poor girl choose. I will. When she chooses the right one. Well, fine. Be that way. If that's the case, I may as well just try everybody. So, Dorea? This is about her. This is about her, after all. Bad idea. I thought you said your role was advisory. Yeah, and I'm advising you to pick someone else. How about... Then... Yes! God. Oh, please, please pick me! I have never so much to say. Ugh. Your desperation reeks. Pick someone else. I think Linares' testimony might be important, though. All in due time. A legislator must exhibit patience and temperance, lest they fall into the loop of their own noose. If you say so. Maybe the one who found the book? Oh, music change. Tirona. Oh my god, Tirona. Nice choice. But you promised I wouldn't have to testify. I never actually said that. Don't worry, I won't ask you anything incriminating. Empress, give me strength. Time's a ticking. Vinches. I'll talk. Look, I'm not really comfortable doing this. I prefer to work behind the scenes, if you know what I mean. Naturally. Like the great Terralogian of the dire empiricist troll Thomas Hobbes once said, teal bloods are better never seen nor heard. That is how you know the Empire is thriving. Efficiently. Decisively. Lethally. On the back of our invisible labor. But we are not here to talk about you. We're here to talk about the unfortunate melodramatic afflictions typical of our cloistered sisters, so stay on topic. Look, I don't know what you think I saw. If you saw nothing, then you have nothing to lose by telling us the truth. Are you kidding? This is a courtroom. I have everything to lose by telling the truth. like my life. Oh my gosh, Tirona is very amusing. In normal circumstances, that's true. But we're running a little experiment here. An experiment? Yeah, a kinder, gentler make of trial. We're practicing a policy of innocence until proven guilty. That sounds almost blasphemous. We know how to have fun, don't we, your honorable tyranny? Yeah, no need to be afraid, buddy. Come and prove your innocence. Well, you see, it was a total accident that I found the missing pages. Not that I knew the pages were missing, that is. I mean, you didn't find the missing... Okay, this is interesting already. I mean, at the time I didn't even know that the Jade were carrying around a forbidden book. I thought they were arguing about some silly romance novel. Not that I overheard their argument. Not explicitly. I'm not the kind of creep who would just listen in on private conversation on purpose or anything. I've just never seen one in real life before, but I'm not a stalker. She seems so nervous. I bet she knows something important. There's a couple tools in the legislator's docket you can use for an effective trial. If the witness says something suspicious, confusing, or just plain weird, you can press them for more info. Jeez, we really are playing Ace Attorney. Or, if the witness makes a statement you can dispute with concrete evidence, you can present that evidence to the court. But you've got to put some thought into the evidence you're presenting. If you present something that has nothing to do with the case, you'll just piss off the court, and it won't work if you present your evidence to the wrong statement either. Mess it up too much, and you'll bore his honorable tyranny, and the trial gets thrown out. So if you ever get stuck, just press the hint button and I'll help you out. Wow, that sounds pretty exciting. I'll give it a shot. Okay, Tirona, take it from the top. So, an accident? Yes? What kind of accident was it exactly? Oh my, is this a subject we should be approaching in front of everyone? Objection! What? Your honorable tyranny, the court must dispute this line of questioning on the grounds that it is both baseless and lurid. Huh? Wait. The legislator must always ask questions with the precision of a scalpel, making an incision between the occipital and temporal lobes. I taught you better than this. You didn't teach me at all. Alright, so this is gonna be a bit of a thing. I think maybe we should save and come back and start the trial next time. Because, oof, this is going to be a whole thing, and even Even though it might be a bit of a pain to have to, like, remember all the stuff we found between now and then. This is gonna take a while. So, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Be sure to come back next time and we'll have this whole trial. And if you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, all that jazz, leave comments, maybe check down in the doobly-doo for links to places you can throw money my way, or come hang out with me on my Discord server, or say hi on Twitter, or whatever. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody!